Hello, my name is Ruth and I'm going to be telling you the story of Daniel in the lion's den. Enjoy. Daniel in the lion's den. Would you like to spend a night in a den full of hungry lions? This story is about a man in the Bible who was given a choice. Either stop praying to God or be fed to the lions. Daniel loved God with all his heart. He prayed to God lots of times every day. Daniel did what was good and right. He worked for the king of Babylon. The king saw that Daniel worked hard and always did what was good and right. The king made Daniel the boss. But the king's other helpers wanted to be boss instead. The king's other helpers got angry. They tricked the king into making a rule. Anyone who prayed to God would be thrown in the lion's den. Daniel heard about the king's rule. "I love God and I will still pray," said Daniel. The king's helpers looked in the window. They saw Daniel pray and told the king. Daniel had broken the king's rules. The king was very sad. He knew he'd been tricked. "Daniel's God will look after him," said the king. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. He was not afraid. He just prayed to God. The king could not sleep. He was so sad. In the morning he looked in the lion's den. The king saw that Daniel was safe. God's angel had shut the lions' mouths. The king then made a new rule. Everyone must love God and pray only to him.
I'm Ellie and I go to the 7 p.m. service at All Saints Marlow, and this week Matt has asked me if I could lead a craft for all of you guys, so I'm really excited to help us make something all together today, and I hope you guys are ready to join in. I'm not going to tell you what it is that we're going to be making. I'm going to see if you can guess what it's going to be from all of the different things that we need to collect to make it. So for today, for the craft, you will need a cardboard tube. This one's a toilet roll. It could be a kitchen roll. If you don't have one of those at your house, don't worry, because you could get some card and make your own tube, just like this one. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. You might also want something to put down on your table, just so that you don't make any mess. I've got this piece of card, just in case I have a slip with my glue or my pens. Don't want to make any mess on my table. The other things you're going to need, you will need some glue. I've got Pritt Stick. You might have some PVA or something like that. Maybe you might want to get some tape. That could be helpful for us as well. You will definitely need some scissors. We're going to be using those today. Please remember, scissors are sharp. You need to be careful when we're using them. Please make sure before you start this craft, you've checked with the grown-up that you live with that it's okay to do the craft, and maybe they can give you a hand with any bits that you need help with. You will also need a pencil, and we're going to need some pens for decorating. I've got a dark brown pen here. I think that's going to be good for what we're going to be making. You can get some different colours if you have those. If you don't have pens, don't worry. You could maybe get some coloured pencils or some paints or crayons, whatever you have. The next thing you need to look for is our main colours are going to be yellow and orange today, so that gives you another clue of what it could be. So you need to see what you've got around your house. Don't go anywhere outside of your house to get things. It's just all from different bits and pieces that we can find that we're allowed to use. Please check, don't cut up anything precious. So I have found some orange paper. I've found some yellow tissue. I think that's going to come in handy. I've got just some scraps of yellow card. I found these bits. Okay, just some bits. I just found them in my craft drawer, but again, you might have some cardboard packets of things, maybe cereal or something like that, that's in your recycling that your mum or dad might say is okay to use. And then you might see if you've got any other decorating bits Like I found these pipe cleaners. I think they might be really useful for what we're making as well. But again, don't worry if you haven't got those things. Whatever you've got, yellowy, orangey, browny colours that you think might be good to use, go and collect it now. So you're probably going to want to pause me so that you can go and forage for all your craft stuff, and I'll see you back here when you've got everything. Okay, so now on to the actual making. So the first thing that we want to do is make sure that our cardboard tube looks the right colour. So if you're going to make your own out of card, you can just choose the right colour card to start off with. Really easy to make your own cardboard tube. All you need to do, cut your card to the height that you want it. Then we're going to roll it up and we're going to stick it. Now I've got some masking tape here. I'm just going to cut one piece, just a little bit shorter than my card. And I'm going to stick it onto my card, and now the sticky side is facing away from me. That's the sticky side. Now what I'm going to do is roll this up and stick it down so it doesn't keep uncurling. I'm going to put my thumbs in there to give it a good press down. So you can see I'm starting to make my tube already. Now all I need to do is just curl the end round, put a little bit more tape to keep it secure. And then you should have your tube that looks like this with a bit of tape on the back, but we won't see that. So once you've got your tube the right colour, if you're using a toilet roll, you might want to put some paper around the outside, or even you could use some paint to decorate it. I don't like to get too messy when I do my crafts, so I think I'm going to use my tissue paper that I found before. I'm just going to get some Pritt stick. I'm going to put that all over my cardboard tube, make sure it's nice and sticky. Then I'm going to roll it along my tissue paper. Okay, so that looks like good colour now that I've got my tissue paper on it. I just need to put a little bit more glue here so that it stays done up. I'm going to put a little stripe of glue here, give this a good press down, and that looks a really nice colour for what we're going to make. So we've got our tube. Next thing you're going to need is a little circle of one of your colours of paper. I've gone with yellow. Mine's actually card, so it's a little bit stiff. If you've got something a little bit stiff, that would be really good. So to make your circle, you might want to draw around the bottom of your toilet roll, or actually I drew around this little mini sellotape. So whatever you've got that's going to make a little circle about the size of that. So you want to put the thing that you're drawing around on top of your card. Take your pencil, hold your thing down that you're drawing around with one hand, and then with your writing hand you're going to go all the way around with your pencil. So there we go, we've marked out a circle there on our paper, and you can't see that very well, but it is there. Then, very carefully, we need to get our scissors and just cut around the edge. So we've got our circle ready to go. Now the next thing we need to do is draw something onto our circle. So I'm going to draw the thing on my circle, and then I'm going to show it to you, and I think this is going to be a really big clue for what it is that we're making. Okay, so my cutting's done. I'm going to turn my circle. I'm going to get my brown pen. A a little face on my cardboard circle. So maybe you want to pause the video here, get your cardboard circle ready, have a go at drawing a face a little bit like that one. Have you guessed what we're making yet? So once you've got your face, we're going to need a slightly bigger circle next. We're going to put something around the outside of the face. And there's a few different ways to do this, so you can choose your favourite one. I'm going to start with this method. I've got a different colour piece of paper. This is orange paper now. I'm going to be putting my face that I made into the middle of there, but before I do any sticking, I'm just going to go around the edge of this circle and I'm going to make little snips all the way around, but I'm not going to cut all the way through, and I'm going to be very careful of my fingers. So let me move a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Just doing little snip, little snip. Okay, I think we're there. So I've got my ruffly circle and I'm going to stick my face right in the middle, just with a bit of glue, Pritt stick, or whatever glue you have. Or maybe even if you've got some double-sided tape or something like that, that would work fine. Okay, so there's my face with a ruffly edge, and now I need to attach it on to my tube. So I think how I'm going to do that, I think I'm just going to get a little bit of tape and stick it on. Might also put a little bit of glue just to help it stay there. So whatever things you have that are sticky, see if you can get your face to attach to the tube. There we go, mine's staying on my tube. That's fantastic. So now, I think you've probably all guessed by now, haven't you? We're making a lion. So next, we need to draw his paws at the bottom, and we're going to pretend that our lion is sitting down and facing us. So with my pen, I'm just going to draw two little sort of archways on the bottom. And then I'm going to put some lines for my lion's paws or his claws. So there we go, that's his feet at the bottom there, and I'm sure you'll do a great job of adding some feet onto your lion. You might want to decorate on his tummy as well if you want to, and you could add him on a little tail if you want. Now I did say that I was going to show you a different way for making the mane and the lion's face if you want to try some different ways and make a little family of lions. So there's our first lion. We'll leave him there at the front. You could try, if you've got some pipe cleaners, you could try adding them on to your lion face by sticking them on the back. And all I've done here with my pipe cleaner is I've just made it into a little zigzag. I'm going to need one more to finish off my lion, so I'll show you what I did. Okay, so there we go, that's our other lion face. I think he looks quite cute, doesn't he? So if you've got some pipe cleaners, you could try that method. I'm just going to try one more type. So I'm going to use my big circle again around the outside of my small circle, but this time I'm going to stick the small circle on first so I know where the middle is. And there we go, there's your lion face. Remember, you can add some paws on the bottom here, and you might even want to find some other cards as a base that you can stick your tube down onto, and then it can be a pot for all your pens and pencils and different craft things that you have, and it can keep all your things nice and neat and tidy as well. So you've made something that you can actually use in your house as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you for making your lion family. If yours have turned out really cool as well, it would be really great if you would take a photo of what you've made and send them to Matt so that he can see all of the amazing lions that have been made from you watching this video. Thank you guys so much for joining. Take care, have lots of fun crafting. See you soon. Bye.